you are lucky enough to have clicked or tapped on to the Valley's most in-depth geeky weather forecast video. It's Weather for Weather Geeks, appropriately named, on this Monday evening, the 24th day of April 2023, and not great weather over the last couple of days as the chill has settled in. Now, we were spoiled by 6 80-degree days earlier on this month, the most we've had in April since 2010, and we're still running 5.5 degrees above the average for the month, but we've taken a big downturn over the last few days. We're going to see more blue boxes on this graphic from now through the end of the month and probably into the start of May as well. We'll talk about the longer range forecast coming up at the end of the video. Some of the other numbers today: 47 was the high this afternoon. We actually reached our low mid to late morning around 10:45 a.m. as a batch of showers pushed in. We had some snowflakes and some grapple mixed in with these showers at times today, and grapple is something that we see around here occasionally. It's especially common in the fall and early in the spring season. Basically what we have going on with grapple is it's not quite sleet, it's not quite hail, but it's basically snowflakes falling out of the cloud, falling through a layer of liquid. Water droplets that stay liquid when it's below freezing, they're called supercooled, and they stay liquid due to some fancy physics that we won't really get into, but it's basically, it has to do with the lower pressures. Liquid can stay liquid instead of becoming frozen at lower pressures when it's below 32 degrees. Anyway, the droplets then freeze or what we call rime onto those snowflakes, making for kind of a little ice ball, a little pellet. This is softer than hail. It kind of crunches more than hail does. It's not quite sleet either, but it's something kind of in between, and it's something that is pretty common in a showery day like we had today, a convective day like we had today, where showers are popping up and coming and going and tapping in to that colder air aloft. You can see something other than just raindrops, and we had some grapple, we had some snowflakes earlier on today. The last of the showers will fade away right around sunset this evening, and we should be left with then a clearing sky as we head through the overnight tonight. Clouds dominated throughout the day today, but already starting to see some holes in those clouds early this evening, and the sky will actually become perfectly clear by overnight tonight, setting up a cold night across the area. The National Weather Service offices in both Cleveland and Pittsburgh did hoist freeze warnings for all of northeast Ohio, with the exception of a couple of lakeshore counties, Cuyahoga and Lake counties. The Panhandle, West Virginia, and all of western PA under that freeze warning for tonight. This is a good recipe for what we call radiational cooling. Basically, incoming solar radiation. Even when it's a cloudy day like today, we still have incoming solar radiation that heats the ground. The ground then heats the air, and that's why the temperatures rise during the day. Well, at night, the heat tries to escape back towards space. But if you have clouds overhead, that acts to kind of trap that escaping or outgoing radiation, acting as kind of a blanket almost. Well, when you don't have clouds around, you don't have that blanket overhead, and so the heat escapes more efficiently. The temperature cools as a result. It helps to have calm winds as well. So clear sky, calm winds. In the middle of winter, snow on the ground would aid in the radiational cooling, but of course at this time of the year that's not really that common. So yeah, a recipe for a cold night tonight. We'll have another one Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Not real concerned about frost Wednesday morning, but Wednesday night into Thursday morning. It'll be a pretty similar setup to tonight into Tuesday morning. Clearing sky, temperatures dropping below freezing. I'm sure there will be freeze warnings for our area then as well, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So as far as the weather other than the cool temperatures continuing, we'll start Tuesday with some sun. Clouds will increase towards midday, and while it won't be much, there'll probably be a couple of sprinkles and showers around towards evening into parts of the overnight, and then we'll dry things out for Wednesday, starting with some sun, some clouds for a while in the afternoon. But the pick day is this day, Thursday, with high pressure almost right overhead. We'll be in a little slice of nice. Now, it's still going to be cool compared to average by a handful of degrees, but we'll at least crack 60 Thursday afternoon. Take advantage of this day. Mow the grass that day if you can, because, boy, the forecast does not look great for Friday and the upcoming weekend. Partly to blame, or even mostly to blame, is an amplifying pattern in the jet stream coming up right now and through the next few days. It's a little bit of a zonal flow. You got a ridge on the west coast, but it's kind of generally a west to east flow across the area. As we head towards Friday and the weekend, we'll get one of these cutoff areas of low pressure, basically a low pressure system that misses its ride along the jet stream, and this will kind of meander down into the Great Lakes. And underneath this, you're going to have plenty of chilly air, you're going to have unstable air, you're going to have some rain showers at times, we think, for Friday and the weekend, and probably into the first part of next week as well. The forecast does not look great to wrap up April and start the month of May. Our averages over the next 10 days rise from 64 to 67. We'll come within a couple of degrees of those averages a few times, Thursday, Saturday, maybe towards the tail end of next week, but mostly somewhere between 5 and 12 degrees below the average. Again, through at least the first handful of days of May. I think the pattern will probably moderate by the second week of May, but from now through probably the first week of May, chilly weather is definitely going to rule the roost around here. And as I talked about, previously, those 80-degree temperatures that we had 6 times in April, we're not going to see those again anytime real soon. It may take until well into May before we see that kind of warmth once again, unfortunately. Well, that's it for me on Weather for Weather Geeks on this Monday evening. I will see you back here same time, same place on Tuesday. Thank you as always for watching.